بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. And welcome to another episode of التعبير القرآني. It's been a while since we did our session. Sorry for that, but we are back. And we had started on this very difficult paragraph that Dr. Fadil is quoting from Al-Kashaf, right? And we had just explained the first part. So inshallah, today we'll look at the second part. So just to recap, maybe I just want to point out two things, okay? And that is, first of all, the sentence began with imma, right? You can see that it began with imma there. So, and we know that imma comes with imma this or this. It's an either this or this sentence. So you have imma wa imma, right? So we expect imma or another imma somewhere else. But then when you look at the sentence, there's no imma, right? So it's important to understand what is happening there. What is happening there is that you can see Dr. Fadil did not quote the entire thing. He skipped a couple of things. So the second imma, he skipped it because he wasn't interested, or rather that second imma was not proving his point. The first imma was what was proving his point, and that's what he quoted. So if you go to Al-Kashaf, you will see the entire quote, right? So he did not quote the entire quote. He skipped the second imma, and that's why, if you to look at the second imma, you will not find it, right? So that's the first point. The second point uh, that I want us to just sort of like recap is to realize what Dr. Fadel is trying to say. So he's comparing the attitude of the munafiqun, the hypocrites, when they were talking to the believers, the way they said their conviction or the way they portrayed their Islam or the way they said in what did they say? They amanna, right? Amanna, I think. Yeah, they said amanna with the jumla ismiya. What Zamakhshari is saying is that the way they said it, it lacked incentive. They didn't have motivation behind it. They didn't say it with energy. They weren't like there was no reason, there was no love behind it, there was no motivation behind it, there was no interest. They just said it out of saying it, right? So that's the first point. And that's what he said, لا تساعدهم عليه إذ ليس من عقائدهم باعث. Their whatever principles, when they were saying that, it didn't have incentive or muharrik or a motivation behind it. And that is the case for all kinds of speech that are born without generosity, without truth, without desire, without zeal, without passion. If you're not passionate about something, you won't say it genuinely. That is what he's saying. So he's saying that, because they didn't have that purity of intention, they didn't have that truth in them, they were just saying it with their tongues. It didn't mean anything. So it didn't have any motivation, any strength behind it. And then he's going to go ahead and say, وَأَمَّا مُخَاطَبَةُ إِخْوَانِهِمْ فِيمَا أَخْبَرُوا أما مخاطبة إخوانهم فيما أخبروا به عن أنفسهم من الثبات على اليهودية والقرار على اعتقاد الكفر والبعد من أن يزلوا عنه على صدق رغبة ووفور نشاط وارتياح للمتكلم به. As for what they said regarding their principles on kufr, their principles on how and their establishment on Judaism and how firm they were with it and how far away they were from coming out of that principle. They were so far away from denouncing their principles. This kind of speech that is based on how firm they were on their principles is upon truth, is upon desire, is upon it has a lot of energy. It's backed up by energy. It's upon their comfort in their speech. they're very comfortable in saying that because it is the truth, right? So in other words, it's driven by motivation. When they were saying amanna, it wasn't driven by motivation, but when they said inna ma'akum, that was driven by motivation. So that's what is being compared here. All right. And I think we did the tashkil and whatnot. So it's just a matter of breaking this down in the i'rab. Any questions so far? We good? Just that a simple clarification. All right. So we have amma. What is amma? So amma is adatu shart, isn't it? Before I forget.
Yes, you said in the last class that was shart.
Yes, adatu shart. Sorry, I get confused sometimes.
Maybe I must be wrong. You can check it.
Let's just confirm.
Yeah.
Where is it? Why am I confused here? Yeah, amma. It means ask for, yes. Yeah. Ask for this, then this.
Yeah.
Right? So جملة شرطية. It's adatu shart. So that begins, so our amma is adatu shart. So that begins a shart condition part. Right? And then mukhatabatu. What is mukhatabatu? So this will begin the shart part, the condition part. And of course, mukhatabatu. Let me perhaps clear this a little bit. Make it nicer. Okay. The term for it is not shart. It is adatu shart. It is harf, and it is also from the adawatu shart. If there's another term for it, maybe there is, I don't know, but I know it as a adatu shart, part of a condition sentence.
Yeah, there is another term for it, and it is not shart. We studied in EMSA. Well, I'll have to look into the notes of EMSA for it. It is like it is not shart. It is like bringing out something forward for emphasis.
That is full ibtida. You're talking about if it's just beginning or close?
Yeah, I don't remember the term that's been used in the EMSA, but it is not for shart. It is for bringing out something normally somewhere in the sentence above, before, just for the sake of gathering attention.
Yeah, that is a different purpose. Like you have.
Yeah, so this is
it
what
can
it
be
is.
used. No, here it's shart.
Where do you find the shart? What if they
As for.
as for, right?
As for this, then this. Yeah.
No, as for this, and then you start the normal sentence. I'll check into EMSA and I'll share it in the group, inshallah.
Yeah. Okay. What is a jumla shartiya? Maybe let's break it down. What is a jumla shartiya? You have a condition and a jawab of that condition, right? So if this, then this. As for this, then this. Whatever this, then that. So let's just understand, because jumla shartiya, it's more than just if and then sentence. Like wherever this, then this. So let me give you English examples. Wherever you exercise, you will stay fit. Wherever, this is my shart, this is my jawabu shart. However you exercise, you will stay fit. Whichever exercise you do, you will stay fit. So you see that it's not just if you exercise, you stay fit. There are different adawat of shart that can be used to give, to give this kind of sentence. Now, I'm not saying imma is only for shart. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it could be used as to introduce a clause, to like the way you have certain huruf to introduce a clause, that's possible. And Sakina says here harf tafsil. I honestly don't know about harf tafsil, so maybe that it is. Maqam of mahma, and it's fi'al shart. Yeah, so mahma is another conditional type of adatu shart. So you can see here mahma and ma, they kind of like go together because they mean the same thing, whatever. Yeah. Maybe I will look more into that, the different meanings of amma, but it is part of a conditional sentence. Unless it is performing another duty, then maybe, yeah. So now he's going to discuss as for what they proclaimed to their brothers. What about that statement for their brothers? Because we know that when they were talking about, when they were talking to the Muslims, they did it without energy. They did it without motivation. They did it without, any incentive. But as for their speech to their brothers, that was upon ala sidqin wa raghbatin wa wufurin. That one was about upon truth, and it has energy, and they were comfortable when they were saying it. So you can see that's like kind of what is happening there. So as for this speech, it was this. All right. And as regarding, yeah, you can say as regarding, but as for is easier, right? As for this, then this. Yeah. All right. So أما مخاطبة إخوانهم. So مخاطبة, of course, this becomes then a mubtada, and then إخوانهم is what is it? مضاف إليه, and then of course إخوانهم مضاف إليه again. So this is مضاف إليه of مخاطبة, and then you have فيما. So we have a mubtada. We don't see a khabar yet. So we see just a jar majroor. Okay, so the first jar majroor فيما أخبروا به عن أنفسهم. فيما, so في حرف جار ما, it's اسم مجرور, and then ما اسم موصول, أخبروا صلة الموصول, أخبروا به. أخبر comes with حرف جار با. So this ba goes back to أخبروا, right? So it's متعلق to أخبروا. عن, أخبروا عن. You can also say أخبروا عن something, like they told about somebody. So عن أنفسهم, عن, also this عن goes back to أخبروا. عن حرف جار أنفسهم, again جار مجرور, then another إضافة. Okay, so that is kind of connected there. فيما أخبروا به عن أنفسهم. Okay, now here the thing about this structure is because this أخبروا, it has so many متعلقs, right? And perhaps that's kind of like why it is confusing. So the first متعلق is this one. The second متعلق is this one. The third متعلق is this one, right? من الثبات. So this من الثبات again goes back to أخبروا. What they informed about it, عن أنفسهم, regarding that or about themselves, من الثبات, in terms of الثبات, in terms of how it was established, right? In terms of how the statement was established. There's imma, oh, maybe it's, isn't عائد? Yeah, because أخبروا comes with به, with حرف جر باء. So the ha goes back to ma, what they informed about it. Yeah. But it goes back to أخبروا. This متعلق goes back to أخبروا. This is connected, right? So you see that this this متعلق بالخبر is one giant متعلق بالخبر that has so many متعلقs inside it. Because again, you come to على اليهودية من الثبات على اليهودية. So this على goes back to الثبات. Establishment or firmness. Firmness of what? Upon Judaism. Their firmness upon Judaism. So على اليهودية is connected to الثبات. And of course you have واو حرف عطف connecting الثبات with القرار. And then القرار على ماذا? Their firmness. Firmness on what? على اعتقاد الكفر. So this على again متعلق to القرار. I know this is funny chapter. Topic, comment, structure. Honestly, you're gonna have to find me at the Arabic term for it, because I do not, when it comes to like the English terms, I know nothing. Topic, comment, structure. When they start talking about diminutive and nominative, and I'm lost. Yeah, and I never finished the EMSA book, so I really don't know. Yeah, maybe I would take a look at it and see what they say in that EMSA, and probably find the Arabic term for it and research it further. But maybe it could be what Sakina was saying, harf tafsil, which I really don't know anything about, to be honest. Okay, yeah, we'll check that out, inshallah. And again, if I make any mistakes, guys, feel free to point them out and let me know, right? Okay. والقرار على اعتقاد الكفر. So اعتقاد على حرف جار، اعتقاد اسم مجرور، اعتقاد مضاف، الكفر مضاف إليه. So that's a chain. And then you have another connection here. Wow. So you can see how it just never ends. It's just connected one after the other after the other. And then you have wow. So القرار على اعتقاد الكفر والبعد. So this بعد goes back to القرار. And القرار goes back to الثبات. Right? And then this البعد, farness or distance from what? If you're going to say distance, you have to explain from what. So you see min, this harf jar is متعلق to البعد. Yeah? Farness from what? And yazillu, from them slipping away, from them coming out of, or from them like leaving, you can even say leaving their principles. They don't want to leave their kufr. They're so far away from leaving their kufr. That is what is being said. And the farness from leaving their kufr, right? And yazillu anhu. Zalla yazillu. So this anhu, from it, is muta'alliq to zalla yazillu. So you see all that is connected up to there. That is one giant jar majroor that has so many parts inside it, but it's one bucket. Like it's not ending. That's, you can see the different connections. Either the muta'alliq is connected to whatever came before, or you have harf atuf that is connecting one word to the next. Right? Qarar comes with, yes,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah, Sister Ilham, this an yazillu becomes the compound ism, right? This.
Yes. Which is في محل جر اسم مجرور of من.
Okay. Up to that.
So that is مصدر مؤول, the اسم compound.
Masdar.
Does القرار come with على? I don't know that if you're asking if it is married to it, I am not so sure. But in this case, the على goes back to القرار. It's متعلق to القرار. يعني firmness upon what? If I say I am very firm, then I have to explain regarding what? Upon what? I'm very firm upon my beliefs. You're like, yes, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Yeah, determination to believe. Yes, you can, yeah, determined. Yeah, you can even translate it as determined. Determined upon their beliefs, determined on their beliefs. Yeah. Any other questions or clarifications so far? Okay. So all that, we can look at all that as part of the short part, the condition part. As for all this, so it's like, okay. Remember the sentence is a simple shortiya sentence. As for A, then B. That was a sentence. So now if you are to expound what A is from mukhatabatu all the way to anhu. That is, yeah. So if it's like, if I'm to simplify that sentence, I'll simplify it like this. As for their hypocritical speech, or yeah, okay, not hypocritical speech, but as for their speech towards their brothers, then it is upon conviction. Something like that. Like, just to summarize what is being said, as for what they said, what they said to their brothers or to their companions or the people that are in the same kufr with them, then it was upon conviction and energy and desire, and like they said it with so much love and so much ease, because it's the truth. You know, when you have to lie about something, it's not easy. But when you get used to it, then it becomes easy. But if you're lying it for the first time, it's not easy. So when they said amanna, they didn't have motivation to say amanna because it's not the truth. They just said it for the sake of saying it. But when he came to say inna ma'akum, when they said that, then it was upon, like desire. It was manifesting their own truths. And they were comfortable saying it because that is what they had in their hearts. Right? So that's kind of like what is happening here. So as for their speech, so as for all that, ala sidqin, sidq raghbatin, then it is upon true desire, ووفور نشاط, and plenty of energy, وارتياح للمتكلم, and the comfort of the speaker that is saying these words. Like, they're very comfortable in saying these words when it comes to saying those words. So this part, على صدق, becomes like the jawab of imma, right? And then of course على حرف جار, صدقي اسم مجرور, صدقي مضاف, رغبة مضاف إليه, and then واو حرف عطف, which connects وفوري to رغبتي. So وفوري again مضاف, نشاط مضاف إليه, وارتياحي another مضاف again connected by حرف عطف واو, وارتياح, sorry, not مضاف here, وارتياح. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, ارتياح للمتكلم, and then للمتكلم here is jar majroor connected to ارتياح.
Sister Dham, like in this jawab shart, like as I remember, we have something like in shartiya, when we had studied the shartiya, we had something we get in the jawab shart, and we can be able to, if we don't know the translation, we could make it out that it's a jawab, either by it's in a majzoom form or something like that. Here,
Right.
Here you just took it out as a jawab shart on the basis of the context.
Yeah, because
as for Bahua, then it is like, I don't find any any indication of yeah.
Yeah, because when you're talking about isim majzoom, we are talking about a fi'al, right? You cannot talk about isim majzoom when you're talking about an isim.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So imagine there's a fahuwa here. Fahuwa is a hidden jawab. Fa الرابطة for jawab. Huwa is beginning our jumla jawabiyya, right? فهو على صدق رغبة موفور. Then it is upon. Right?
You got to know by the content. It's just like that. It's hidden, and you made it out by yourself, by the content, by the context. I'm sorry.
Look. Let me make it easy. As for A, This is what we are used to. When we see Jumla Shartiya, what we expect. We expect as for A, then B, right? That's what
Yeah.
we expect. I expect to see then. But can I also say as for A, B? Can I say that?
Sure.
I can, right? As for A, B,
Okay, yes, yeah.
right? I can say that. So what I have done in the second part, I have omitted the huwa. Fahuwa, B. Then it is B. As for A, then it is B. This is what we expected it to say. But I just went and said, as for A, B. Yeah. As for me, juice. Like if imagine you and your friends have gone to a restaurant and the waiter comes in and is taking orders, and then your friend says, I would like to have orange juice. And then you say, as for me, apple juice.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So that's kind of like what is happening here. So he's saying, as for their speech, this.
Correct. Jazakallah, beautiful example. Yeah, that was a good example.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Any other question? I don't know, Sayyida Samia, did you get the jawab structure there?
No, I didn't get it at all. I'm simply lost in this whole string.
Okay,
I
so
don't know
maybe
why does
explain to me how you understood it. I could be wrong, by the way. So explain to me how you understood it, and maybe we can.
Okay. So my thought process is actually hinged on what we studied in EMSA, and what they were really trying to say is that if you want to make a certain comment about a sentence and you want to bring it forward, you bring it forward, attach it with amma, make it marfu, so now it becomes a mubtada, and then you follow it with the original sentence. Now, whatever you have taken out from the sentence will be replaced by a relative pronoun. Okay, so this is what they do. So, but there is a problem in the structure over here, because if I stick to that, then وَأَمَّا مُخَاطِبَةُ إِخْوَانَهُم, okay, we put it in a marfu status, we take it out. And if we start this original sentence from Fima Akhbaru Bihi, now he is pointing out to their address, to what they were saying. Like they informed about themselves with this address. Okay, so I'm starting a new sentence from here. And when you have a jar majrur brought forward, you say there is, like in the translation, you say there is in their address a confirmation upon their Judaism and their steadfastness on their disbelief and their distancing from their or the far distance from their deviation, which is based on genuine desire, abundant energy, and they have a comfortable way of saying it also because it is hinged in them. So, this is how I'm taking the sentence. I hope I have been able to explain it.
Yeah.
So, this is how I'm taking it.
That's kind of like the meaning is pretty much more or less that. But if you say if you're going to say that Fima Akhbaru, that whole thing is so you're assuming that the mubtada is mahduf either way.
No.
فهو فيما أخبر, because you're saying there is. You're translating it with there is. Yeah. So if I'm just to look at this structure and I ask you to find me the mubtada from Fima, because we have a jar majroor and the chain just keeps on going and going and going, and there's one jar majroor after another. So what would be the mubtada?
You can put fahuwa before min sabat, right? So because in this, so you put fahuwa min sabat. So we are not debating about the meaning. The meaning is obviously clear by the author. We are just, I think, considering the probable structure, grammatical structure.
Right. So if you're to put fahuwa here, what have you done to the sentence? You've made it a shart. This, then it is this. Haven't you?
So you can, why do you want, why?
So translate for me. وأما مخاطبة إخوانهم فيما أخبروا به عن أنفسهم. As for their speech, فهو, then it is. Isn't that what we've just done?
No, actually, what we studied in EMSA is you don't really put it into like then. You just make a distinction of the original sentence by putting a for. That this is where the original sentence is starting, and this is where the emphasis has ended. So you put a for in between to make a line draw. Okay, but the thing is that here the sentence is starting with a jar majroor. Now you can't put a for over there. It's impossible to put it like
Exactly.
this. For itma. So you can maybe bring it forward, but the for will not be translated as then or something. It is silent.
Yeah, it's the same thing whether you translate it or not. Like I just gave you an example where I didn't translate the fa. As for me, apple juice, I didn't translate the fa, right? So, but does it stop from being jumla shartiya? No, it doesn't. My condition for drinking is that it has to be apple juice, right? So my shart is this for my shart for drinking, and the jawab of that shart is what? Apple juice. You get it? Now, here's the other thing. If you're to break the sentence here, أما مخاطبة إخوانهم فيما أخبروا به عن أنفسهم, and then you say that من الثبات على اليهودية والقرار على اعتقاد الكفر, this is the جواب of شرط, then it won't make sense also. If
No,
we're to
but
say that,
where are you starting the sentence? I'm starting it with fima akhbaru, and bihi, the he noun is going back to the jar majroor that we have brought forward.
sure. So where are you
Okay.
ending that sentence?
It is starting from fima, and it is starting. It is going on and on and on, and lil mutakallim bihi.
All the
Yeah,
way
it's ending over
here.
there. Yeah.
Okay, so which part is being stressed? Because you said if amma is being used to introduce a clause.
He, the bihi, akhbaru bihi, the he, the pronoun is being stressed over here. So that is what is, because there is a switch in statement. First he is, I really don't know how to explain it. I'm a little lost there.
To be honest, also I don't know because I haven't read that part
Yeah,
in
maybe
EMSA.
maybe you can read the chapter. I might be wrong over there. So if you can share your insight in the group, and let's not waste any time further. Let's go ahead.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
But do you understand how the shart works as how amma works as a shart?
Yes, I know, but in this case, I'm not convinced that it is a shart.
Okay.
Yeah, you read the chapter, and then I think maybe you will be able to grasp the chapter more. Maybe I'm a little short of understanding here. Inshallah.
All right. All right. Oh, I could be
Okay.
wrong. I don't know, but because that's the only way I'm imagining it. So,
No,
or
I
how
can
I'm
be also
understanding
wrong.
it.
I'm also human. Okay, let's not waste time. Let's not
All
waste
right.
time.
Okay, fine, no problem. Any other let me check the chart here. Okay, distance from slipping from it out of desire and abundance of activity. Maybe not abundance of activity, but activeness. Abundance in active, like they were very active in how they portrayed their statement.
We can say
Energy.
abundant energy.
Yes, energy is a much better than
Yeah.
than activity, than activeness. Energy.
Like
Abundance in
genuine
energy.
desire and energy.
Yes, صدق رغبة, genuine desire, وفور نشاط, plenty of or abundance in energy, وارتياح للمتكلم, and sort of like the comfort of the
what,
speaker.
yeah. Comfort in what's being said. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the comfort of the speaker of it. The person who's saying it is very comfortable when they're saying it.
Yeah, comfort for the speaker. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Can we translate Allah as out of?
على, yes. No,
Out
yeah,
of.
you can say. Yeah, you can say is out of
So,
or is upon.
wait, so in this case is also considered as jawab al-shart.
Yes, from this part.
Okay.
From على
Okay.
على صدق.
Okay.
Yeah. So imagine there's a فهو missing here, like hidden. فهو على صدق رغبة ووفور نشاط وارتياح للمتكلم به. Right?
Can we take this as a mutalik to this Allah Sidqin but then mutalik to Yazillu? Like they
No,
are really, really want to deviate from it, and they're putting a lot of efforts in doing so.
it won't make sense. From them slipping, they are far from the distance from slipping from it is a how would you translate that?
I would translate it like something being. How do you translate both? Distance?
Yeah, distance
Okay, distancing away from their deviating
from it.
based on genuinely desire, abundant energy. I mean, they are distancing, deviating away from it, and they are doing it very enthusiastically, right? This is how I'm taking it.
But you remember the point when we started the conversation? He's trying to
Yeah.
compare two things. He's trying to
Hmm.
compare when they say amanna and when they say
Hmm.
inna ma'akum. So when they
Hmm.
say amanna, they don't have energy when they're saying that. They don't have
Hmm.
incentive. They don't have motivation when they're saying
Hmm.
that because it's not the truth. Because they don't
Hmm.
have there's no sidq, there's no raghba upon their principles. So when they're just like shallowly saying it. But when they said inna ma'akum, now that
Hmm.
was upon truth. It was upon
Hmm.
desire. They had energy when they said that, and they were comfortable when they were saying it. It wasn't that
Okay.
slipping away
Hmm.
is upon energy. No, it was their statement that is upon energy and upon truth and upon their comfort.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So this Allah Sidqin will be like Minas Sabati Allah Sidqin?
Ala sitkin,
Is it
yes,
going
this is like now what, as for this, then this.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you can look at it like two parts. You have that first part, and then you
Yeah.
have this second part. That's kind of like when you're looking at it as a shart and jawabu shart.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Although I will
This
look at the
this particular author always gives us problems, right?
yeah, Al-Kashaf is not an easy book to read. Honestly, it's whew, yeah. Yes, if you feel more comfortable, you can add Fahua here, and then it just falls into place, right? Because that's what we do with Fa Arabita. Remember when you're doing Jumla Ismiya, Jumla Shartiya, when there's a mismatch kinda in the two sentences, like one is a Jumla Fi'aliya, one is different, then you have a Fa Arabita. So if you want to put a Fa there in your mind, then you can just do that to make it easier to understand. Yeah, and I think that's the whole point, by the way. The whole point is for us to understand the general meaning of what is being said here so that we can understand the book. And like I mentioned in the previous lecture, whatever, the previous class, is that Al-Kashaf is equivalent to probably the Shakespeare of today. So if I gave you Shakespeare to read and asked you to explain to me, we might have some problems. Yeah, maybe we understand it, maybe we don't. So again, at the end of the day, this is just ijtihad here. We might get it, we might not get it. Allahu alam. We tried. Yeah, let's not further complicate it. Let's just, alhamdulillah, what if whatever we said is the reality, the truth, then alhamdulillah, fine, we walk away from it. If not, there are other things to learn. Right? Yeah. All right. Any other questions on that part? Which book is this? Al-Kashaf? Yeah, Az-Zamakhshari. Yes. Al-Kashaf by Az-Zamakhshari. Yeah. This is a quote from, so if you're to go to Al-Kashaf, if you're to go to Tafsir app, look up this ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah, you will see the whole explanation. You'll even see what Dr. Fadil here did not quote, because he skipped out the second imma. Yeah, if you want to complicate your brain further, you can go check it out. All right. Okay, let's see. We have 10 minutes. I think we can finish this paragraph, hopefully. So, wa حرف عطف وما ما اسم موصول قالوه, the ha is the عائد. I know you guys you really like عائد. You keep asking me, is that an عائد? Is that an عائد? There's an عائد. The ha, the pronoun going back to
I
ma.
think that's me the most asked about time.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But by the way, عائد is a very common thing in the Arabic, and not just اسم موصول. Let me show you. And I know I'm probably wasting time here, but yeah, I'm just يعني hopefully. So you can see عائد keeps coming back. It's not just اسم موصول and صلة الموصول. It comes back in صفة. It comes back in حال. It comes back in اشتغال. It comes back in نعت السببي. So yeah, it's a comeback kid. That's what I like to call it. Keeps coming back. Because عائد means the one that comes back, right? Yeah. Yeah. عائد. Yeah. So yeah, it keeps coming back. Even in our minds, it just keeps coming back. We can't let it go. SubhanAllah. Okay. So وما قالوه اسم موصول صلة الموصول من ذلك من حرف جار ذلك اسم مجرور, right? And then this is ما شرطية. Sorry guys. I thought it was ما موصولة. Apparently ما شرطية. So وما قالوه من ذلك فهو رائج عنهم. Again, yeah, so you have, this is the clue that we were looking for in شرطية, right? We were looking for fa. Now we have a fa. So now this is ما شرطية, and this is our فعل شرط. من ذلك is متعلق to that, to قالوه, right? fa الرابطة that connects the شرط part to the جواب شرط, and then the هو رائج عنهم متقبل منهم, this one would be the جواب of that شرط. All right, that whole thing. And then inside that جواب we have a جملة اسمية. هو إذا مبتدأ, رائج إذا خبر, عنهم متعلق بالخبر, متقبل منهم, متقبل is نكرة, and then sorry, متقبل منهم, this is, we can say خبر number 2. This is خبر number 1 and this is خبر number 2. فهو رائج عنهم فهو متقبل منهم, and then منهم of course متعلق to متقبل. صفة, I was gonna go to صفة, but then I realized that it's not a صفة, it's a خبر. Yeah. So فهو رائج فهو متقبل. Yeah. So it's خبر 1, خبر 2 in that case. Any other questions? Are there questions there? Is that clear? All right. So then you have فكان مظنة للتحقيق ومئنة للتوكيد. So it's حرف الابتدائي, it begins a sentence. So كان, we know كان, and it's in this case is كان الناقصة, the one that is it acts as a, what is it called, as a جملة اسمية. So it has it's مبتدا and khabar. And the ism of kana is the inside pronoun huwa. So this becomes our mubtada. Kana is our mubtada. Madinatan is our khabar. Of course, we know khabar of kana is mansoob. Right? للتحقيق لي حرف جار تحقيق اسم مجرور, and together they form the متعلق بالخبر. So مظنة للتحقيق, a place of verification. Yeah. ومئنة للتوكيد. So this wow connecting مئنة with مظنة, and that's why it's also mansoob. And then للتوكيد again متعلق to مئنة. So when they said this, and because it was وَمَا قَالُوهُ, so now let's put things together. Why is it moving so much? So what they said, from that, فَهُوَ رَائِجٌ عَنْهُمْ, it was commonplace among them. It was natural for them. مُتَقَبَّلٌ مِنْهُمْ, accepted amongst themselves. So whatever they said, inna ma'akum, when they said that inna ma'akum, that because it was the truth, it was commonplace. It was accepted by them. فَكَانَ مَذِنَّةً لِلتَّحْقِيقِ, so it was like a verification, a point of verification. So they were verifying what was actually inside themselves, right? وَمَئِنَّةً لِلتَّوْكِيدِ, and an indication of emphasis. Like they were actually emphasizing their own state of the hearts. This is what when they said inna ma'akum, they were showing their cards. They were showing themselves, right? Because that was the truth, and it was verifying themselves and their own situation in their hearts. تحقيق is from حقق. Yes. حقق يحقق تحقيق. تحقيق is one of those words that has several meanings. So you have to find which one fits the context, right? Verification, reality, truth. Yeah, one of those words. So you can, I mean, even reality can fit here, I think. It was a place of like a realization for them, like for them to be realized. But I think verification fits better. Yeah. Or even truth, maybe. Yeah. صرف of مئنة. مئنة, I think it is, let me think. I am not so sure if it is, I think it's jamid. I don't know that it has a sarf. I will figure that out. Because it was a difficult word to find, to be honest. I don't even know where I found it, but I found it somewhere. I don't remember this, if it had a sarf or not. Maybe it's not sarfifiable, I don't know. But if it is, I will find it. Inshallah. I don't remember which dictionary I used. Yeah, it took me some while to find it. I had to look at different. I'll check again, inshallah, and try and see if I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, I probably think I found it in Al-Ma'ani. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that one was a difficult one for all of us. Like, and I don't even know if BUJ gave the sarf of it. I don't remember. So probably something to check there.
No, he didn't get the surf of it, he just translated it.
Yeah, I will check, inshallah. So I have two things to check. I have to check amma and ma'inna, if it is sarfifiable or not. Any other questions or clarifications or corrections? Please feel free. Tawa yatwi. Probably. And then that would be a dharf. Ma'inna would be a dharf in that case. Yeah, I think Al-Kashaf did a number on us. So that's a good point. Brain all fried up. Alhamdulillah. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point to end before we go on to the next part of the page, which shouldn't be hard. Because when Dr. Fadil himself is speaking, it's easy. But when he quotes other books, that's when things just go south. And you're like, what is happening here? Because it's two different people speaking now. Yeah. No, alhamdulillah. Yeah. If we can be able to free our brains, then yeah, alhamdulillah, we have brains. Yeah. Actually, yes, true. Actually, we learn a lot. We learn a lot. Because it's important actually to learn how different people speak so that we can be able to decipher. Because now, once we figure out how Dr. Fadil speaks, then that will become easy. Then probably we can look at another book and say, okay, let's read another book. Yeah. See how this author speaks. Right. All right.
Come straight to the point. That is what I'm learning.
Yeah, if you want to communicate straight to the point. In fact, the Quran tells us straightforward speech, qawlan sadida. Don't be beating about the bush and whatnot. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know. What is your feeling? Sometimes I feel like these authors are really competing with the Quran in the languages.
You know, to be honest, I find it so interesting that when I'm reading other books, they over explain things. Like they go into details and this and that. Just one point. Like when we started this chapter, the chapter is about how verbs and nouns are used, right? How many examples has he given? If it's a matter of the point, we got the point long time ago. The second example was enough. But we're still talking about how verbs and nouns are used. But then you come to the Quran, it's just one sentence, and subhanAllah, it's rivers and oceans, and you can't exhaust it. Like just 2 words, you can spend forever there. So the Quran is so brief, but so detailed at the same time. And then you have these books, they're so detailed, and it's just the same point all over. After the same. I find it like in contrast, I find it boring as compared to the Quran, where you can just dive in and it's endless, truly endless. It's one of the miracles of the Quran.
Yeah, it's good. But sometimes, you feel like, okay, can you just speed it up? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, he's so passionate about verbs and isms. I mean, how many pages just verbs and isms? Like since we began, same thing. Subhanallah. Yeah. He's really passionate about this particular subject because even in his other books, always he mentions this point. So I think it must have been like one of those Bab moments for him. Like when he discovered this, he was like, oh, something amazing, which it is. I'm not saying it's not. The way the Quran uses verbs and nouns is truly amazing, but he just keeps on going about it. I think probably, yeah, the entire chapter. The entire chapter is about that. Yeah. So it keeps going on. Yeah, so we'll still be talking about verbs and isms for a really long time to come. Until every time you see a jumla fi'liya, you will think about Samurai. Every time you see a jumla ismiya, you'll be like, ha, jumla ismiya. Subhanallah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess every teacher has their own something that they are passionate about. And they keep on. And dad jokes. Ustad is also passionate about dad jokes. So, yeah, everybody has their own thing, I guess. SubhanAllah. All right, guys, I think we can end there.
Well, that
Then,
reminds me, in our group, We were discussing about some masdar. It was coming in many forms, and then Brother Hamid, he commented, that you never get hang of the masdars. So I just laid out a comment. Masdars are supposed to be basic. So if it is not basic, then what is basic?
Because the meaning of the masdar is like basic, like source and
Yeah.
foundation, and yeah.
If that is not basic, then what is basic? So this is what is actually happening over here.
Yes. Subhanallah. Good talk, guys. Good chat. I enjoyed that. I think we can end there. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Walaikum assalam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you in rahmah, afiyah, naimah with your ahlo, ayal, and loved ones. Ameen. Summa ameen.
آمين يا رب العالمين وإياكم. جزاكم الله خير.